Hi guys. Okay, you may have seen these little mini journals on a couple of previous videos where I was making some embellishments for them. Well, they're finally finished and I'll do a quick flip through for you. Now, they're both quite similar because I made them at the same time. They're fairly little. I think the size is, I should have measured them. Look, these will go into my Etsy shop. And I'll put all the correct sizes and number of pages and that in the Etsy listing. But they're about 10 by 12 centimeters. They should both be the same. Around 10 by 12. 10 this way if you squish it down, because they did get a little bit fat. 10 by 12 centimeters is what, around, oh gosh, I'm terrible at converting. It's around 4 by 4.5 to 5 inches, a little under 5 inches. But I'll put the proper conversions in the Etsy listing. I'm going to do a more detailed flip through of one and then a quicker flip through of the other, because they're basically the same. But yeah, they did get a little bit fat. Okay, I'll do this one first. Now, they're made out of some tapestry type fabric. If you can see, there's some purple in there. And they're pretty much neutral toned. These little flowers I did a video on, and I'll put a link to all the videos in the comments box as well if you want to have a look. It's held together or tied together. The closure is just some coffee dyed cotton linen. And the wraparound goes under the flower. It's sewn, so it's held down across the back. So this is sewn across the back, and it's free here and under the flower. And it's sewn as well there, so that it closes on this side. Okay, I've got you really close up because it's so little and hard to see. Should I hold it up? I'll hold it up. Okay, so it opens up like that. Now the cover, it's got tapestry fabric, which is quite thick on the outside and the inside. And I've also got some paper, 2 layers of paper in between that. So they're bendy, but they're quite sturdy. I'm actually going to also do a tutorial on these sometime soon so that you can make one as well yourself. Now, if you think a small journal is less work than a large journal, you would be wrong. Just as much work goes into a small journal as a large journal, to be honest. It's got a little fabric pocket on the front and back. And if you followed my channel for a while, you would know this is some vintage Victoria stripe fabric that I had got ages ago, and I had put some in my Etsy shop, and I had a few little offcuts that I kept for myself. In there I've got a tag, the front page. This is actually coffee dyed curtain lace sewn on top of coffee dyed paper. It feels really nice and it just looks so pretty. So I've just sewn around the edges. I was going to pin a rusty pin through the fabric with some little beads on it, but he got so fat that I didn't do it. Maybe in the next ones I won't fill them so much. Okay, that's just coffee dyed fabric down the side, sewn. This is actually some vintage accounting type paper that my father gave me. You'll see where all the papers are from actually when I do the little tutorial. Some fabric. This is a little pocket. Just got some little handmade ephemera in there. So this is just cut out of a catalogue, a stamp catalogue, I think it was. And backed with coffee dyed paper. It's so little. It's got a little playing card, a little mini one in there. And in here, it's the duplicate, you know, of a little receipt. It's got the carbon copy between the two receipt copies. So that's the back. How did I have that? There. This is a vintage maths textbook, and I love it. You can still see the writing of when the student completed it. Wonder if they got it all right. I should mark it. Oops, did they make a mistake? Possibly. Oh, this is vintage tracing paper. That was from my father's business. When he retired, he gave it to me. So nice. Little butterfly there. It's a bit frail, so be careful. I didn't sew on that deliberately. I just stamped onto it. So that just folds out. These are bookends. You know, the blank page at the start, front and start of books, novels and stuff. Little scrappy embellishment. It's a stamp out of a stamp catalogue. Scrap fabric and some lace underneath. And I've sewn around that. I did a lot of sewing on the pages because I just think it looks cute and grungy. This was, I can't remember what this is from. Some old project. I don't know. It might have been actually, I think it was the dirty paintbrush water. You know when you wash your paintbrushes, the water that's in the jar, I used to coffee dye. Well, not coffee dye. I used to dye papers. I think that was one of these. And that's just a little scrap of fabric. That's some vintage computer paper, you know, with the little sprockets on the side. And I've just put a little bit of fabric there, a little tab to pull it out. Coffee dyed paper. Mostly embellishments, a little scrap. I think this is a brown paper bag. Stitched down the side. Angelina, this is one of your stamps you sent me. I'll put the link to Angelina's channel down below. She's what I call a real artist. She does amazing paintings. I love her work. A lot of historical type paintings. These are also out of the little stamp catalogue. They're old. The stamp catalogues are really good. They've got old pictures of stamps, envelopes, postcards, documents, and I just ink them and back them with coffee dye paper, and they just look so cute, and they're perfect for the little mini journals. Okay, this is the center of the signature. This is some vintage fabric, and I've just made a pocket in the center, so the strings are down the center of the pocket. The strings that I've sewn the signatures in, and I've sewn around it, And inside, you would have seen these on a previous video. Just made these little notebooks to pop into the pocket. Okay, in this pocket, I've just put some little receipts. Remember these? If you worked in an office, you'll remember these years ago in the 80s and 90s. They were those phone message booklets. They came in a big book and there was like 4 or 5 to a page, and they're perforated. You took a message, it had a duplicate and carbon paper between, and you just tore them out. Before the days of voicemail and email and stuff like that. This is just a regular little receipt. I don't think that's vintage, that one. And this one was definitely vintage. Petty cash voucher. This is, it probably doesn't show up on camera, but it's really browned. My husband found this at work. They were doing a cleanup of old papers and stuff, and this was in one of the folders, and he knew that I would just love it. So he rescued it and brought it home for me. I don't know, I just love lots of little bits and pieces like that together. I think they're just all so cute. Okay, that's another folder. Another little fabric and lace tab. That's some scrap fabric as well. The other side of the tracing paper. It's that vintage maths textbook. I just love it. It's got the cutest little pictures. I actually made some envelopes for these for my Etsy. I didn't do a video on it. They're just little envelopes on that envelope punch board. But they turned out so cute. Little fabric ruffle. That's coffee dyed fabric. Little scrap embellished tab. This is fabric on top and music paper. This is the other side of the front page. So I did a little bit longer and I folded it over to make a pocket. It's sewn around. So this is the coffee dyed curtain lace on top. The back page. Little journal card. That's just coffee dyed fabric and lace on top. And this one I did a video on as well. This tag is actually a picture out of a magazine. It was a cave or rocks or something. Just looks so nice. And of course I put a mushroom on the back. Now I did want to put another tag in the front and back pocket, but he's so fat. But anyway, so this little guy will be in my Etsy. Okay, and this is the other one. This one I'll go a bit faster because it's pretty much the same. Oh, I didn't point out on the last one. So the stitching is down the side. Okay. That's the fabric for this one. So that was the other one that had a hint of purple. And this one is browns. Tiny bit of, I don't know if that's orange or pink. I'm too blind. Okay, I'll go quicker for this one. So, different fabric outside and in. They're quite similar though. Oh, I didn't ink that, did I? So same piece in there, same little card in there. I love those mini cards, they're so cute. And I will say, apart from ink and coffee to dye the papers, this whole journal is 100% recycled materials. Oh, paint, ink, glue, coffee. That's all I've purchased. The rest is actually all recycled materials. So that's got the same little tickets in there. This is really nice fabric. You can't tell because the piece is so small. This one also has the writing in lead pencil. Okay, so they're my little mini tapestry fabric folders. Hope you like them, and these will be in my Etsy shop. Link to that is down below. And thanks for watching. Bye.